Now, the United States has approved the sale of helicopter equipment worth about $1.17 billion to India. The Biden administration has notified the Congress of its decision to approve the sale of the MH-60R multi-mission helicopter equipment and other related ones. The proposed sale will improve India's capability to deter the current and future threats by upgrading its anti-submarine warfare capabilities. Now, according to the notification, India has requested to purchase about 30 multifunctional information distribution system joint tactical radio systems. In a further boost to India's Navy's combat capabilities, New Delhi is also likely to sign 2 deals with France for the 26 new Rafale M fighter jets and 3 more Scorpion-class submarines by January next year. India's Navy Chief Admiral Dinesh Tripathi said that the government has approved a project to build 2 nuclear-powered submarines. He further added that 62 warships and a diesel-electric submarine are currently under construction in different Indian shipyards. He further said that the Indian Navy is keeping a very close watch on the extra-regional forces in the Indian Ocean region, including the Chinese naval units, adding that several Pakistani warships were being built with help from China. All right, now to give us more perspective on this, we are joined on this broadcast by retired Lieutenant General Raj Shukla, who is a former General Officer Commanding-in-Chief of the Indian Army's Training Command. And General Shukla, thank you very much indeed, sir, for taking time out and speaking to us here on WION. Now, the question that I want to ask you is this, besides the sale of the helicopter equipment worth about $1.17 billion, India, interestingly, is also signing deals with France for about 26 new Rafale M fighter jets and 3 more Scorpion-class submarines. How do you think this will add to India's naval arsenal?
Well, thank you for getting me on your show. Now, these deals that you referred to, the 26 Rafale M3 Scorpion submarines, and I'm also told a major maintenance, repair and overhaul facility, MRO facility, to service French aircraft in India. Not only the Rafales, but also the Mirages. So I think, these deals have been in the offing for a while. There was chatter when Prime Minister Modi and President Macron exchanged visits last September. A few months back when the NSA, Mr. Doval, and the diplomatic affairs advisor of France, Emmanuel Bon, met in Paris. There was talk of, ironing out the nitty-gritty of these deals in terms of price negotiations, technology transfers, and so on. Indigenization, that was another major factor in the talks. And yesterday in this rather newsy press conference, the naval chief, as you said, announced that these deals were now merely around the corner. So I think the larger message, what I got from the press conference, which I followed, was that India is now making a decisive turn to the seas. We have focused on our LAC for long. That has been a strategic necessity, but it is also time now to start looking at the seas. And the strategic drivers are obvious. China is a 400-ship navy. Now, these ships are not going to patrol their coastlines. It is making a determined effort to break out of the first island chain. And you already have a significant Chinese presence in the Indian Ocean region in terms of numbers and operating durations. And what the naval chief pointed out too is also interesting. Pakistan is now growing into a 50-ship navy, despite its many economic constraints, with significant collusivity with China. I'm told 8 submarines are on offer from China to Pakistan. And a Chinese submarine was spotted in Karachi in 2023. So with all these threats building up in the IOR, I think these deals are not only significant, but they are also pretty landmark. May I also point out that, there's a document called the Indo-French Strategic Partnership Horizon 2047. So all these have been part of that document. The MRO facility also, there's some talk, though the naval chief didn't speak about it yesterday, but about Safran helping us with powering our 5th generation aircraft, the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, AMCA. So I think pretty significant and deep cooperation with the French in line with the traditions of the past. The Mirage 2000,
Right.
the Indian Army's rotary wing fleet, the Aleut, which was called the Chetak Cheetah. So I think the Indo-French strategic partnership is doing well. It's on, what shall I say, the trajectory of the past, and it's in line with the need to meet strategic challenges in the IOR and the broader Indo-Pacific.
It's interesting that you say that the broader challenges in the IOR. Now, China repeatedly has been saying that it is called the Indian Ocean and not India's ocean. And we also know for a fact that any given point of time, it's estimated that there could be about 8 to 10 Chinese vessels lurking in the Indian Ocean region. Do you see in the years to come, the challenge for India's security will not just be at the LAC and the LOC, but also the Indian Ocean region? And this is something that the Indian government is now decisively looking forward to ramp up on.
I have no doubt in my mind. I mean, as I said, the Chinese are going to be a 400-ship Navy by 2030, bigger than the American Navy. Their Air Force also now, most commentators say, is going to exceed that of the US Air Force in the years to come. They have a very potent instrument of long-range precision, their rocket force. Their strategic support force is looking at AI enablement across these domains. So the Chinese military threat is pretty significant and sophisticated. And I think we are doing just right, building our capacities in time to meet the Chinese maritime threat. So we will need what is called an A2AD posture, anti-excess area denial in the IOR, and also power projection across the Malacca. So I think all that you referred to, the SSNs, the naval chief referred to the K4 missile test. Now that is very significant because that K4 missile test will complete the nuclear triad, strengthen our nuclear posture. We already had these 2 triads on land and in the air, and now on the seas. So it is necessary signaling to our adversaries and competitors in the nuclear domain. The naval chief also spoke of the anti-ship hypersonic missile. Now, hypersonics is going to be a war-winning attribute. And the other part that he spoke of, indigenous capability. Now, that is a big challenge.
Right.
Where he spoke of 62 ships plus 1 submarine being built in our dock. These 2 SSNs that you referred to. It will move us away from leasing Russian submarines. These 2 SSNs, I'm told, are going to be built by our own L&T. So these are all very significant steps in terms of indigenization. So the Indian Navy is now enhancing its reach, growing its profile, indigenizing, and also becoming technologically enabled. So I think pretty good steps.
Absolutely, indeed. Thank you very much, indeed, General Shukla, for joining us and getting us all those details there.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.